With today's lesson, I want to talk about fact families. And fact families are when you have relationships between sets of numbers. And we talked about fact families when we did addition and subtraction. I want to go ahead and just review that real quick. So if you have 5 plus 7 equals 12, then you can turn that around, and that commutative property shows us that 7 plus 5 also equals 12. And then the relationship between subtraction that goes along with that is you would just kind of flip that around and say 12 minus 5 equals 7. Okay. And then the last member of that fact family would be 12 minus 7 equals 5. So you can do the same thing with multiplication and division. And that's what you're going to be doing with your lesson today. So let me start back over and show you an example of a fact family with multiplication and division. So if you know that 2 times 5 equals 10, okay, the commutative property is the same for addition and multiplication in that these two numbers, which in addition are add-ins, but in multiplication is called factors, okay, you can use those same two factors in a different order and get the same product, okay? But just like with how you do addition and subtraction in the same fact family members, you can have the same relationship with multiplication and division. So we're just going to flip this product around, and it now becomes our dividend 10 and divided by, and remember we can't use the division symbol on the keyboard, so we're having to use the slash. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. And then we're going to do one more member of that fact family. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Okay, so that's how your fact families with multiplication and division work. You've got your factors and your product here, and you can flip them around, and this becomes your dividend, your divisor, and your quotient, okay? And that's going to give you all the members of your fact family. I'll give you one more example. Let's say you have 4 times 5 equals 20. Okay, let's give the second member of that family, which is another multiplication sentence. 5 times 4 equals 20. Okay, now let's do the two division members of that family. Here's our dividend, 20, divided by our divisor, 4 equals 5, our quotient. And then 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So when we talk about fact families, we just want you to be able to relate back to those multiplication facts that you've been learning to help you solve your division problems. Okay?